What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, new and current viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in so far during this journey. I am back at it with another video, this one going over my 2-year lock journey, starting with, of course, January, some of the early photos of me with my ginger color, which I told you guys in my last video that I recently colored. This was probably some of my favorite color out of all of the different colors that I tried on my locks. I love the color on my skin complexion. I just love that kind of like rusted brown golden look. It was so great. And the early stages of when I had locks, I really appreciated as they started to get longer. They were getting thicker. This was at the time where I really started to see the most maturity. So sometimes in that first year when you go and do your washes, you don't see as much retained as far as your retwist, but it was at this moment in that sort of like first to second year that I started to see my locks really form. And then I just incorporated a video just kind of showing you guys a little bit of movement. I was getting bangs. My locks were touching my neck, which was something that I was always excited for. I really loved the way that when they grew in, how they shaped my face. They were super thick. I really appreciated like the length. And what was crazy about when I would do my retwists and when I would wash my hair, it would always seem like my hair would shrink. So one week it would be touching my shoulders, and then the next week you'll kind of see, like in this video or in this picture here, how my locks kind of seem like they've shrunken a little bit. So it was kind of this challenge of trying to figure out, you know, what I could do to keep the length. But for the most part, I wasn't really embracing the thickness. I think that the thickness of it, I didn't realize was a blessing at this moment, but it wasn't until I started to get more into dyeing that I realized, like, wow, I really should have stuck this out and stayed with my locks in this ginger state because it was super beautiful. My locks were probably, I would say, the healthiest they have been throughout my entire process. As you can see, I started to play around with a lot more lock jewelry. I would wear them down and try out a couple different styles here and there, mostly with just putting in the lock jewelry, but trying out small like braided styles, doing my edges more. When I had this ginger style, I felt a lot more confident while styling my hair. Like I said, overall, like my styles to like what I wear to how I felt, it was just an overall like feeling that this stage of my locks gave me that I felt so good in. I didn't do nearly as many retwists in this year as well, which I really think helped kind of retain the thickness and sort of help them mature a lot more, because I would wash them more regularly, but I didn't retwist as often, which I noticed in my parts. They were a lot healthier during this stage of my lock journey, and that was something that I really appreciated. So as you can see in here, a lot more lock jewelry. I think I only did about an average of like a couple of retwists during this moment. This is just kind of a retwist, but that I got a little close up just so you can kind of see the root detailing. I was still trying out protective styles. This is one that I did for a fashion show, and then quickly went back to just wearing my regular locks because sometimes doing protective styles can be really heavy, and my locks are really light right now, and I'm really enjoying the lightness of them in this stage, but definitely wore them down a lot more and played around with lock jewelry during this time. Didn't really do too much heavy retwisted styles during this time of the lock jewelry, but as I mentioned, felt super confident, but I did always think about color. And right here is where I got into dyeing my hair, which honestly, I love this white. It was super fun to do on my hair. I did do this dye myself, but I would not recommend dyeing your own hair if you are not a professional, because you can, you know, strip your hair of a lot of its growth and it cannot be healthy. And I did lose a lot of length when I did this, but I loved it. I did it for my birthday when I went to LA. It was super cute. I did a curly style. They were loving it out there. A lot of people were kind of staring at me like, what is up with this girl's hair? But I was absolutely in love with this white style, my classic red lip. They went crazy for it, but overall, this was a super exciting and enlightening journey, and I'm super excited that I got to share year 2 with you guys. Join me in the next one.